All right, we're here with Cosmic Crucible Fatalities. I got Ruevar and Bendy, and god damn it, whoops! I nearly choked on a fucking flaming hot when you just answered that about what you like on Deep Crust. That I nearly died. Thank you for that. Didn't know you were gonna say that, but hey, man, it's always good to have a good laugh. Um, Jesus Christ, that was hilarious. Um, how's it going, Ruvar? What's happening, man?
Not much, man. Working towards Big APOC. Getting climbing ever so close. And then just started DD6. So that's gonna be a grind for me, but it's gonna be a grind to even build up the characters. So
Yep, it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be just for a little bit, just for a little bit. How you feeling about the next season coming up for Crucible?
it's gonna be very interesting, just because my the last couple seasons, um, rooms have been very niche, and it's been helpful in that a lot of the nicheness of the rooms correlated with what I needed to build for my roster. Like there's a big Tangle Web room every season, and it's like, well, I had Tangle Web for Arena, so this is great. Uh, so it's going to be interesting seeing. Obviously we're theory crafting now on like what's going to work the best and whatever. But like I think the first 2 weeks of CC next one. There's just gonna be lots of people trying different stuff and figuring it out, and really getting down to like what is really working and what just doesn't work well enough.
Yeah, I think I like the theory crafting part, and they didn't make it to where you got to just put this certain team here, and that's for sure. But we'll figure it out. This last week has been relatively fun, just trying to throw whatever at whatever's left, and like, okay, cool. And I didn't see them drop everybody the tremendous amount of points they did last time. I thought it was going to be like closer to 100, but they only dropped me like 35 points or so. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Well,
Guess we're
I
gonna
went
start.
from. Well, I guess we could talk about it later, but
Yeah.
I dropped about 100 points.
Oh crap. Yeah, I figured they would have thrown me a lot further, but whatever. I guess I basically was like right at the end of Masters 1, and then poof, so now I'm back in Diamond 3, but pretty sure I could push it up now that I got Scroll, so stop putting it. But we got a beautiful story with Ruevar here with this Crucible matches for last week. I'll let you take it away for your setup for the story.
Obviously, this is round one. I don't know how many times we gotta say this or whatever, but like, guys, please stop, please. Bionic Avengers, like, it's not. Maybe it says raid on their kit. It's not a raid team. It's nothing. Please stop. This guy lost on efficiency too, and it's because of rooms like this. If he'd had anything in there better, Bifrost, Death Seed, uh, Rebirth, anything, it would.
Any other current raid team for Incursion will definitely be good. And granted, you are in what league again? Well, what league was
This
this
is gold.
before?
This is gold 3,
Gold 3. So
like
yeah,
top of gold 3.
I could understand that. Okay, cool. Maybe a few of them are still doing the Doom raids and stuff. But it's like, if they don't have the speed mechanic to go in there and go first, this is not the best raid team. Rebirth isn't fast out the gate, but they have a lot of sustain mechanics. So, and I'm guessing, just looking at it, Desi just tore these guys a new asshole.
Oh yeah. Wasn't even a contest. 2026. I mean, I had to take a couple turns, but I think by the third turn it was gone or whatever. Fourth turn.
Yep. Yeah, it's Ruvar in the chat. Well, in the voice chat. Stage 5. Unique.
Again,
Very unique.
don't, like, please stop. Why is Black Cat here? The rest of it's whatever. Why is Black Cat here? Where's 2099?
Yeah, I don't get it. 2099 probably would have helped a bunch, but I think they just was like, let me just bring in Spider-Verse and call it a day. And I guess not.
But I mean, you're ruining, like not to say that this is a bad team. It's not bad, but you're ruining Secret Defenders. I don't know. Things went decently well. This one came down to efficiency. I full cleared, he full cleared, and I slaughtered him in efficiency because he didn't have Secret Defenders to attack some of my bigger teams, and you know.
Yeah, don't break up Secret Defenders right now. Secret Defenders is a top-notch team. If you did build up Doctor Strange, great, but maybe not. I don't like him, but unless you built him up like super high, past 90, past G16, but most of us don't. So
I'm of the opinion that Secret Defenders can defeat anything.
They're pushing it up there, but depends on what you're bringing in with Secret Defenders and who Secret Defenders going against.
Now we get
Don't know about a scroll.
Room 6. Oh my god.
What? Okay, I could see Black Widow, but it still don't matter. You brought in these fun lovers, so
By him having like really mediocre other rooms, I think like Gamma was in one, just used New Warriors. He had Death Seed in one. I used Secret Defenders. Or not Death Seed, but Darkhold. I just like I don't like what's the Spider-Man doing?
just there.
He
likes
So you've got
Spider-Verse.
Emma just there. You've got Spider-Man just there. You've got Black Widow. I guess she has some. Like, where's your damage? There's no damage here. Is it supposed to be like an efficiency sink? Because I can tell you, I went first, and APOC never got a turn.
APOC didn't do anything?
Nah. Never got a turn.
Felt like overkill,
They were dead.
right?
They Spider-Man went, 2099 went, Weaver went, and then Icarus went, and that was it.
Yeah, that was
Icarus
boom.
double tap.
Boom. Well, make sure not to throw this in room 3 for next season, people. Please don't. Stage 1. Whoa.
All right, this is round 2.
Whoa.
So this was a little shocking. I mean, obviously the turn bonus and healthy characters, the VP was atrocious, but I was just kind of shocked that this worked. Obviously, it's room 1, so people are thinking that, you know, he let my Red Hulk ult, and then he had his ult, and maybe below 50%, and just yeeted everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Also gets rid of the Red Hulk area effect. So
That's, yeah, just getting rid of... Well, his Nova 17... I don't get it. That just doesn't... Turn meter wise, it's not clicking. Like, just turn meter wise, it's not clicking in my head how this wins, unless they didn't. Unless they're.
Well, I think he went first. I think he went first, and I have to assume that like.
Well, no. How would he go first?
Either Nova. Well, I mean, Gemma's not exactly fast.
But Red Hulk goes before Nova, so unless he didn't target Nova, and he targeted somebody else, and then Nova gets to go, and then
I mean, we assume he targeted Korg, Infinity Watch Thor, and Cosmo because they're dead. You know. Yeah. And I assume what happened was that he did a stun onto Red Hulk or something like that. She-Hulk threw it back in its face, and then Red Hulk got his turn, ulted, and then Nova ulted. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, if this doesn't say any more to, hey, Gamma is just crap, stop putting them on defense at all, don't do it for this season, they're not holding up outside of War. Even in War, they're getting destroyed, so...
This may have gone differently if it was like in room 6 or something, but yeah,
maybe
Gamma's starting to have a lot of counters. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next season with the room bonuses, as far as like where they can fit in and where they can be effective.
They're not even getting putting on defense. I'm just leaving them off because the New Warrior, Secret Defenders can just blow them out of the water and then they're done. So
yeah, but I mean, Secret Defenders and New Warriors can pretty much beat any team. Mm-hmm. So if you're pulling a New Warriors and Secret Defenders from their offense, I mean, pulling a Nowhere doesn't matter. Like this is a win for him, in certain sense because of the team he used. And he can use New Warriors elsewhere. He can use Secret Defenders elsewhere, but overall, if you pull one of those teams, it's like my Infinity Watch Surfer that I have on defense. It's like when it pulls a team that's like, why did you bring APOC into this or whatever? It's like, okay, well that's a win. That's you brought in an APOC into my tiny Infinity Watch. Like this is a mistake.
If they overuse, that's their fault.
And this is where he lost round 2. No clue at all what happened in round 1. Maybe he didn't stun Carter or something. I don't know.
I don't know what he. Yeah, this shit. Well, they don't get the raid bonuses, but they do. They are.
You know what it also could have been? It could have been that he started with the speed up on Nick Fury instead of the taunts.
Yeah.
So if you ever try to do this, because it does work. It's a bad efficiency normally, but what you want to do is with Nick Fury, you want to summon his minions so that Winter Soldier and Agent Venom are like specialing into.
Yeah, they're hard targeting those, and then poof, that's it. They're stuck on them, and then you move forward, and you're like, great, cool. Now I still have the rest of my actual team to speed them up and then go after them, but you have to play it correctly. And sometimes people don't realize how like I said, the raid bonuses help a little bit, but if you don't know how to play it outside of raids, it's like, ooh. But he seemed to learn his lesson on the second go around. He's like, well, that messed up. Let me just try it one more time. But damn that you lost Nick Fury. Usually I lose everybody else except for Nick Fury and like 2 sets of his minions. So it's like you lost everybody but Fury. So oof.
So that's that definitely cost him the match. I was able to full clear his pretty easy, pretty standard teams. And then we got into the last match of the week, and we tried twice to do Pure Death Seed, and it just wasn't working for whatever reason. And so I wanted to make sure I got that full clear in, because I think there was a Cosmic Crucible Alliance event, right?
Yeah.
So, against Mr. Wolf's, he loves Pure Death Seed, hates APOC Death Seed, but we had to do it to him.
I mean, it's the fact that it's because he hates them because it robs the turn bonus. That's basically it. The turn bonus is it takes out the speed from them for these guys, so it slows them down just a little bit. But if you got a big enough APOC and he can still come back and at least get your team up, great. But if you lose like 4 members of these guys and it's APOC left, you're more likely gonna die. So it's like more RNG on it. But I seen what he said, and I saw firsthand. Yeah, don't bring APOC with them unless not into a raid room. Raid room, just go full Death Seed, and depending on if you can kill Sylvie or if you could block Vol, he changes up his strategy depending on what lands and what doesn't, and then he's still able to wipe out the team. It's just like everybody gets distraught if you don't fucking flip that shit on Sylvie, or you're not able to blind or block Vol. And then everybody's like, oh my god, we're about to get wiped out, and then they lose all their shit, and then poof, they die. But
it was actually kind of funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was kind of funny when you get the next button.
Oof.
So he did kind of the same thing, but his death seed is just much bigger. I can only assume that all of his death seed are level 95 because of the power levels. I think Nemesis is like 95 with like the unique equipped or whatever. And my my team's much smaller than his. His was like 1.1, 1.2, and mine's only, just under a mil.
True, but you were the smarter one. As you can see, your Magneto has a skirmisher on it. His Magneto get fucked. Striker on it. So he should have changed. He changed the ISOs, or that's the way his ISOs are. And it's like, well, now you know why. So
he only did 2 attempts. I did 3 in mine. He came back in with APOC and just deleted everything. Ended up being the primary difference in the match. And ended up losing.
Probably murdered it.
But I started this week 1 point away from Plat 3.
That was able 1 point.
Was able to get like something like 52 points or something like that, 51 points from both wins. And this loss was a minus 26. So still like plus 25. And comfortably made it into Plat 1. Only to get knocked back to the beginning of Gold 3. So I lost about 100 points of 120 points of rating or whatever, tribunal rating. But hey, starting at the beginning of Gold 3 is a lot better than starting at the beginning of Gold 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. At least you got out just to get back in, but at least you're right there. At least you didn't get knocked down to Gold 2 and be like, I really got to push it. But all right, some of these we got from Nemesis and Mr. Wolf. Obviously, people aren't paying attention. I guess they figured, all right, let me sack it, and maybe Death Seed will take care of Pegasus, which does not work. They don't. This doesn't work out because boom, they came in, but bam. I guess they figured out where the turn, or how to roll around it and kill it. The main thing to build with Pegasus, the main thing to beat Pegasus is take care of rescue. But since we don't have the raid room anymore, 1 week too late to let everybody know. So it is what it is. I'm gonna guess for this room, for room 6 and New Avengers, Quicksilver is probably the one that did most of the work. Because that his turn 1 ult is ridiculous at 7.5. And then they're pretty fast themselves and they all get to do their ult, so it does help. But they lost, they brought him down, and then they came in with a full Undying. That is a fat Zugs. Fat Zugs. But couldn't hold up there.
Is that gear 18 already? Holy.
Yeah, he gear 18 Zugs. That's a G18 Zugs. So get fucked. G18 Zugs and G18 Zim. So here we go here. Darkhold in 4. I'm guessing from some assists and stuff, maybe?
Did it get offense up?
Wong with the taunt. So they gain offense up and then poof. So that's the only thing I'm thinking about. And he played it wrong because he came back in and did it again. and finally got it, but he didn't. It wasn't very efficient. So if he did it the first time anyway, he would have been 83-54. So definitely not efficient. We're not essentially going to have the same type of room, but having as strikers for room 1, Darkhold might have some fun in there, because then they'll get the assist now, and then poof, they're gonna, if you got MILF helping out, same thing with Wong, you're gonna get wrecked, depending on the size of team that you're bringing in. Yeah, this is still Nemesis because of the team sizes, but Secret Defenders and APOC in 3. I mean, that was the Cosmic Room, so you get the deflex, but damn. Nothing. And that's a G18 Quicksilver 7-6. He slaps, but God, they got destroyed. Wow.
I mean, I just don't think A-Force, it's got to be the team he brought with it.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't even clear the room because he's done with he's done with the turns. He already went to the top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know really what team you would use there. Almost it feels like you need like a mirror match of some sort.
More than likely, or you just need to go first, so kind of like Tangled Web, but you need something else to survive against that APOC, because if you trigger APOC, he goes, and then boom, he's slapping you.
But you've also got Ghost Rider Robbie going crazy.
Yeah, here's one he put in there. He put in a huge, obviously, Nemesis decided to go, hey, let me just build up my Pegasus and throw him in 2, and Pegasus APOC couldn't do it, and their Desi couldn't do it. I think this is the next one. No, he didn't show the winning on that one, but they won eventually because he beat him eventually because he got the 75-63. Yeah, his Infinity Watch, they tried to take Wakandans can beat them. I've seen him do it on a punch-up, but you got to play that correctly. You got to play it really correctly, and then he has a huge Dark Hunters. Obviously, Secret Defenders, Quicksilver can't beat Sus and Skrull.
No.
And then Nowhere was definitely not going to beat them, but they did take out, that huge Nowhere did take out Hardlight, which is, I figured they would have took out Photon instead of that, but they never got to, I don't think they won it. Does the next one show it? Yeah, they couldn't beat it, even with that beautiful team of Zugs, of Undying and Eternals, they still couldn't do it. It's that freaking, this guy here, probably just getting more turn meter on these guys' positive effects they get. And then to end it off, Mr. Wolf. So, boom.
Now, do you think with the changes to Cause of Crucible, we're going to see a lot less of like triple hits on Sus not working because of the whatchamacallit,
what, from the
depleted mechanic or whatever?
Oh, the exhaust?
Yes.
It depends. I really do. I mean, it does help for people. So if you're gonna, if you know you're gonna double tap, at least you know you get the exhaust. You're gonna have one of exhaust on, but you only get 2 tries to do it this time. And hopefully that extra, the extra exhaust helps. But I think the exhaust is more for, make sure you can go in there and defeat the rooms for like alliance events, which we don't like for Crucible, but they're going to still give us another alliance event for Crucible. But I think it makes it a little bit easier, but then again, it's like, well, nah, they should have kept exhaust just in war. They should have kept exhaust in war. Don't bring it here. If you can't beat them, build up your roster, basically, for Crucible. Because it's a one-on-one match. It's not like you're depending on your whole team to do it. It's one-on-one for you. Beat them up. If you can't, whatever. But if not, then... But I know why they did it. I understand.
I understand it for some. I mean, because you got to remember that, like for me, in even in Silver 3, there were a lot of times where I'd go up against teams where it's like some huge TCP that just doesn't care about Cosmic Crucible and never does Cosmic Crucible, and their teams are just like, they were like 1.3 million teams, and I was sitting over here with like 400, 500k teams. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do here? I can't do anything with this.
It's like, just be nice, and if you know you're not going to play the game anymore, just put it all to hand teams and let people just go ahead and try to destroy what they can. But some people just don't care and they'll stop doing it. I wish there was one where, like, if you detect inactivity for over a length of time, how it does for like how it used to be for like war, so you get kicked from an alliance when there's no inactivity. Like, if there's inactivity for that, especially for the account, it should just switch all of them to hand teams everywhere, and you just go, well, they're not going to say anything because they haven't come back in like 800 days, so hopefully that helps out. But
well, that's an easy way to do this. Every time the rooms reset the rooms to just hand minions.
Could do it.
I mean, you're like, it would behoove people to log in and like actually set defenses again. And it's not like you can't like make defensive teams part of your save squads or whatever. So it's easy to just like, oh, I want this team here, I want that team here.
Yeah, I think that they'd add a new line of code and the game would fucking break. And we'll have another Crucible problem. But then again, I don't mind free stuff. Don't mind free stuff for this, so not too bad, man. But I'm excited for next season. I'm gonna set some interesting defenses and see how week 1 holds up. But I have some susses in my shard, so that's gonna be fun. I was hoping to see Hydrus, but he's ducking everybody too. He's hiding somewhere or something. I don't know where he's at. Yeah, if you guys want to put in if you guys ever want to have your defenses shown here of what happened, either your defenses or your attacks or whatever, send them over in Discord. We don't mind laughing at the defenses that people try to go against with their attack teams and be like, why the hell did you do that? But otherwise, anything you want to say, Ruevar, before we head out for this one?
No, man, just there's a lot of content creators out there right now putting out great information about the new rooms. Check them out. Don't try to go in with the same rooms. Don't ruin your week 1, because unlike most times we would it'd be like 2 weeks off or a week off or whatever. I think next week the new CC starts room immediately.
Yep, starts on Monday. So get your defenses set. Please switch out room 2. Bifrost will do nothing in there. They will not hold. They will not get the turn meter. The only one that's fast is Vol, and it's not really gonna do too much. They're gonna get manhandled. So please switch them. But otherwise, just we'll see you on the next Crucible Fatalities. And thanks to Nemesis, thanks to Mr. Wolf 2, and thank you, Ruevar, for sharing your week, man. We'll be back next week to do it.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, no problem, man. But we'll be right back. So we'll figure this out and see you guys next week for it. So boom. Oh,
next week's gonna be fun.
Next week will be fun. It's gonna be amazing how much stuff this is gonna change.
Oh, it's gonna be an absolute clusterfuck. It's
waiting to see it.